are here before you all to conduct today's special assembly, which is not special because of something to rejoice, but is a humongous concern in today's world, which is welfare of animals.
When humans act with cruelty, we criticize them as animals, whereas the only animal which depicts cruelty is humanity. Thinking outside these lines, let us focus on the benign presence of our fellow creatures through the expression of heartfelt feelings, and an overflow of such feelings is what music is. So, here are the students of classes 7 and 8 for a group song.
harmony. Trade has always been a great way to express one's personal views on crucial matters. It is something which compels the bearer of the ideas to share it with the world. And that's what TED truly is. So, let us call upon Arya and Priyadarshini for a TED Talk.
For any planet to sustain life, there are multiple factors, but we will discuss the one which links us to our topic. We have studied about food chains, which constitute the food web. The removal of even the smallest creature like grasshopper will create instability in the whole ecosystem, hence eliminating life from this beautiful planet. Even after being the most intelligent, the Homo sapiens civilization are working hard towards the end, unknowingly, just for the greed of money. In the last decade, 10 animals were declared extinct, wiped off the face of Earth, primarily due to poaching. As we talk about it, hundreds of animals are already being poached. More than 20 animals have got endangered in the past decade. Recently, the last male white-horned rhinoceros died, leaving just 2 females behind, pushing it towards extinction. And this is not stopping.
Here to speak for all generations to come. I am fighting for my future. I'm afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it. And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct every day, vanishing forever. All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it. Thank you.
We both know that this is not a story. We got time. We are stuck on the source we can't find. We got time. And even though we're lost on the side, this is not a different side. This is not a wrong way in life. We got time.
So not more than 10 to 15 days ago, our academic head and our institution's respected and beloved English teacher bestowed upon us the job of presenting a TED Talk in the morning assembly of our school, scheduled to be held on the 27th of April. A very warm welcome to everyone present in this arena. We really do appreciate your presence. Today, we are here to voice our concerns regarding the fellow living creatures who happen to be not humans and present for the causes of the dwindling numbers of the endangered species of this planet. To be honest, I was quite enthralled when the topic was given to us. I have a very strong affinity for animals, and I also happen to be the owner of a crossbreed between German Shepherd and German Spitz, whose name is Diana. Well, it will be a whole different TED Talk if I start talking about her, so I guess I'll just save it for later. But let me just tell you quickly that crossbreeds can be very moody. Or maybe it is just an effect of a royal name. Moving forward, my standard 8 science textbook taught me that animals become endangered before they become extinct. And my early geography lessons of standard 11 compelled me to analyze
any situation with three sets of questions. What, where, and why? I did some good amount of research. I spent a considerable amount of time on the internet looking up for recent years' data let out by the United Nations and various other institutions. I went through the pages of some of my last year's textbooks and I was utterly disgusted to find out that even before and after the years of our independence, the Indians and the British shot hundreds of thousands of tigers, leopards, rhinos, wolves, elephants, my God, you name it. I remember that in Standard 9, we had a chapter in our history textbook called Forest Society and Wildlife, if I'm not wrong, and it said that the British believed that by killing dangerous animals, they would civilize India. And in the period between from 1875 to 1925, over 80,000 tigers, 120,000 leopards, and over 200,000 wolves were killed. Cheetah, this extraordinary and magnificent member of the cat family, ranged all the way from Africa into the Middle East to Mysore in India, and by 1960 it was declared extinct. Tiger, in 100 years we had shrunk the range of this cat to over 60%, and this pattern repeated over 25 other species. Why are they becoming extinct? The simple answer to this question is because we are living beyond our means. The human population is ever growing, and so are our needs. Think how we used up all our resources. We are cutting down trees. We are spraying pesticides, and we are constantly intruding into the forest and endangering the lives of the wild animals.
Well, now I would like to carry forward the talk, but before that, let me make you all aware with the fact that I am that child at home who is made to listen to historical stories and other small incidents, not only by my grandparents, but also by my mother and father. They enrich me with their views, experiences, and other short stories almost every day in just random conversations. So as I told my parents about this intriguing theme of endangered species, my mother enunciated some words forthwith, which I think is quite apt to quote at this point of time. She said, "The very first thing to strike me as a person more into that of the holy Indian epics, I believe that the Ramayana in itself is a relevant example of how killing of our fellow creatures ultimately leads to human suffrage. Imagine if Lord Ram would not have gone to hunt for the deer that day, perhaps he would have no pain of separation to bear. And the same applies to his father King Dashrath, who would have not been cursed by Shamar Kumar's blind parents, who were crying their heart out to realize that their son Shravan was killed mistakenly in place of a deer by King Dashrath. These instances, although unintentionally, tells us the importance of human-wildlife attachment. The crux of the matter lies in the fact that we humans are terribly failing to see the bigger picture. We are unable to figure out the kind of impact that every creature has on humankind. It's bitterly acceptable, but we have lost more than enough and have already showered our utmost carelessness even when it comes to an issue that needs immediate actions on individual levels. We are 7.7 billion people on this planet, and this number is continuing to grow each day. Now this has led to more intensified population pressure. The crux of the matter also lies in this fact that we are unable to give girls of India the correct amount of education. The need of the hour is to educate people, especially the girl child.
Recently on YouTube, I was watching Dr. Shashi Tharoor delivering his thoughts regarding the young economy of India, where he mentioned that female literacy in India has gone up from 8.9% during the time of independence to 66% in the recent years. Now, many of you would say it's a lot, but is it enough? Absolutely not. It still means that 1 out of every 3 women in India is illiterate. Perhaps we need to have better schooling for everyone these days, because then the women would choose to have smaller families as an act of awareness. Also, it's not just about tigers in India. We need to educate our family and friends about endangered species. It's also about the small yet important ecosystems in our own gardens. Black out the black market. Remember that this summer vacation when you go on a super fun trip with your family, so boycott the trip souvenirs that are sold and indirectly avoid supporting the market in illegal wildlife activities which sells tortoise shell, ivory and corals. What else can we do? Establishment of more and more zoological parks can cater to the needs of wildlife conservation. Believe me, zoos are beyond the frivolous entertainment of the visitors because they care for and breed animals that have been wiped out in the wild. They also stock genetic material such as sperms and eggs that can be used in the future to produce offspring. Zoos may not be the best solution because animals are kept away from the natural environment and restricted to mere confinement. But human activities, again, have destroyed their habitat. Therefore, zoos are by far one of the best remedies because they act like an insurance and invest in education and habitat restoration programs. They also go on teaching people about the plight of animals. You will be surprised to know how many of your favorite celebrities are involved and are supremely devoted to the cause of the conservation of the wild. The reason why I am mentioning this here is because it may as well encourage you to make some basic changes in your everyday habits, like avoiding bottled water, because we tend to follow the people and learn from whom we admire and learn more things. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, is an incredibly talented actor. He is also appointed as the United Nations Messenger of Peace on Climate Change. Now, this incredibly talented actor gets paid $25 million per film, but at the same time, this gentleman does not hoard this money. Instead, he created $3 million raise for Oceana, and he also donated $25 million for environmental causes. Plus, he also donated $1 million to help save the elephants. And it goes without saying that the efforts he has put in saving tigers in every possible way is truly exemplary. If you wouldn't wear your dog, please do not wear any fur, says Charlie Theron, an influential and Oscar-winning South African actress. Celebrities like Pamela Anderson, Simon Cowell, Ellen DeGeneres, Miley Cyrus, and many others are role models against the use of fur and boldly advocate their disgust in the fur trade. Let us join hands and move towards this battle for protecting our endangered species. Take some time to learn about your favorite animal. How are they doing? Who is helping them? One individual and one step can make a huge difference. And my dear friend Arya here has already made you aware of the measures that you may take at your level to conserve and protect the wild. Let us inculcate the values of persistence within us and with passion and compassion steer towards a better future together. That's our time. Thank you so much and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Priyadarshini and Arya. Drama is the best way to impersonate society's issues in an entertaining and influencing way. So, let's take you into the world of roaring tigers, running deers, and the amazing Indian wildlife with this skit performed by these new students of class 9.
God is eternal. It has blessed the world with the beauty of nature, which is an endless fountain of joy and resurrection. God has blessed the Mother Earth with a wide range of diversities. Above everything, God has blessed the Mother Earth with its most celebrated creation, the human beings. Even though humans are the most cherished creations of the Almighty, but it has never been biased towards any other creation or towards human itself. Almighty has always casted his aura of blessing on everything equally. But unfortunately, man has betrayed the faith which God entrusted upon him. He has started maneuvering the spirit of God to fit his own purpose. He has become so greedy that he has started troubling his own existence owing to his ruthless exploitation of fellow living creatures. Let's see what man has done to nature. Isn't it? At the same time, few crafty beasts of prey were lost in the delusion of materialistic pleasure. They have been waiting for something to arrive, something that is very exclusive for them.
feeling? It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
You, buddy, it's damn good. It will be best when we would get what we were dreaming for so long.
Hey, are you serious that we are really going to get what we ordered days back? It's a good news. Let's celebrate.
We would be rich. We would be famous. Wow.
बाबूजी, ये लीजिए आपका तोहफा।
बोलिए बोलिए बाबूजी, कैसा लगा आपको हमारा तोहफा?
तोहफा? यह तोहफा बेहतरीन है, तोहफा लाजवाब। दिल खुश हुआ। ये लो अपने पैसे।
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
They say that the earth belongs to them only. But see, who is the master now? I have proven it that we are the masters.
मैं इसकी खाल का कारपेट बनाएगा।
मैं इसकी खाल का बेंच बनाएगा।
और मैं इसको मार्केट में बेच देगा।
On hearing the news of merciless killing of their sister Elizabeth and Ryan, the tigers in the jungle must be very upset. Let's see what they will do.
Joe, why has the man been killing us? We have always been very good to them. Then what man is doing with us?
Let us recall our good days with man.
सजा है, जीने दो हमें, ये अपना भी है जीना। जीने दो हमें, ये कहती फिजा है, ये आशियाँ।
Man must have to realize that what they are doing is actually initiating their own demise. It's a high time. We need to put endeavor to restore what we have lost.
सारी उम्र हम मर मर के जिए, एक पल तो अब हमें जीने दो। सारी उम्र हम मर मर के जिए, एक पल तो अब हमें जीने दो। ना 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 ना।
We, the human beings, are considered as the most superior race that has ever walked on this planet. We must consider it as our responsibility to preserve this adobe of ours. So, I request all of you to rise, place your right hand on your chest and repeat after me. We, the children of Sunbeam School, promise to strive to protect and preserve our natural environment. We shall reduce, refuse, and reuse our resources. Thank you, Jai.